He is behind the driver's seat, that's for sure. I'm behind the driver's seat. Jeff is in the driver's seat. You're going to be in the driver's seat later this hour. Can't wait for that. But let's get some color as to what went right this month in the auto industry. After another strong month, is another sign the auto industry back on track. Let's welcome our all-star panel. So to you, George Magliano, first, thank you so much for joining us in studio today. So the best month for auto sales in many years, really since the recession. All the fundamentals seem to be in place. Is there anything that would suggest things will change here in the second half of the year?
Yeah, they're going to get better. The economy's going to pick up, and right now we expect to get away from the sequester and all that fiscal nonsense as we move towards the end of the year. And so volume is going to pick up even more so than today. And that's why this month is so important. I mean, this was a real good surprise on the upper end when things are in the economy are picking up. But the government, with fiscal policy, is holding us back.
So let me bring in Michelle Krebs. We're calling her our Detroit insider from Edmunds.com. Chrysler, General Motors, Ford all had really good June sales figures. We're talking about flirting with a 16 million unit year, aren't we? I mean, could things slow down, or are we going to possibly even break that, Michelle?
Well, we're flirting with a 16 million seasonally adjusted rate for June, far better than we thought. And we haven't seen that level since November 2007. And I agree with George that we could see a really good second half. And the reason is pickup trucks. The pickup trucks have been really strong the first half. They typically aren't that strong in the first half. So second half is their time to play.
Alec, this is a shining spot of the overall economy, isn't it? Because if you look at the overall growth rate, Alec Gutierrez, at just about sub 2%, if even that. The fact that car sales are gaining traction, I mean, that's quite impressive. What's your take through the balance of the year?
Yeah, I agree with both George and Michelle. I mean, ultimately, new vehicle sales are up close to 6% through the first half of the year. Our forecast at the start of the year called for sales of about 15.3 million units, an admittedly relatively conservative number. Things look to be even better in the second half of the year, which is certainly great news for the domestics, especially with pickup trucks doing so well. These are the most profitable vehicles that these manufacturers produce. So the strength in that segment and the industry overall is certainly great news for the industry and the economy overall.
Gene Jennings, you're our expert, Automobile Magazine's president and editor-in-chief. Let me ask you, didn't Detroit get in trouble when it relied too heavily on pickup trucks for its profitability? I realize this is the big battle between Ford and Chrysler, but doesn't it pretend, problems in the future?
Yes, but it does not portend problems in the future because they're over that. This is not where they're just... I mean, these are brand new vehicles, lots of equipment, and it's not just pickup trucks that are bringing the money in. People are buying loaded cars as well. So, this is just like a perfect storm of fabulousness. It is, there is money for everybody out there to get cars. Between stock prices being up, construction being up, gas prices being stable and a little bit down. In addition to that, there's never been older vehicles on the road. The scrappage rate is higher than it's ever been. People need cars. So they're buying cars, they're buying trucks, and the U.S. market share is going up.
So, George, GM, Ford, Honda, well, I know that's obviously an Asian automaker, but who's the best of the best right now? Ford for so long was really the darling, at least of the U.S. crowd. But overall, give me the global landscape here.
Well, if you're looking globally, GM has done very well globally. And GM obviously was the big surprise this month. So they're finally starting to kick in gears. But Ford's been doing it all along. You've got Hyundai, Kia out there. You've got VW, the foreign manufacturers. Everybody's really firing on almost all cylinders
Chrysler
right now.
And the Cherokee Jeep and all the fallout from the government and safety
38
concerns.
months of gains.
Just a hiccup?
No. This is sustainable. And I tell people, if you look at the auto business, it's alive and well, and it's in Detroit today. So it's really good news for us.
Okay, well, Alec, Gene, George, and Michelle, we have much more because